kind of better season for everyone. But from your POV, how successful the league is?
I believe that the LWN 2024 was very successful compared to last year because we had more teams than last year. We had longer seasons, so the players had the chance to play as many as possible, to train for as long as possible. And for us as a national team, we need this experience for the girls. We need to see competitiveness league. Having 300 players playing in the league is something good platform for the national team to select players from. Especially we saw new faces, and that's what we aim for when we give the opportunity to the girls to play. Also, we had more female coaches participating in the league. Linking this to our strategy, we see that we are in the right track. To have more games, to have the players to experience more domestic games, and this definitely will have a positive impact on the international games as well. Yeah, of course. Having young players playing now, we don't look for short-term results. So definitely we didn't expect to have short-term results when we bring those young players to the national teams. We are expecting to, as you said, to develop them for the next 3-5 years. And this is our plan because we want to create a new generation for the Malayan Tigress. So we need more young players. We need more new faces, as I said. Now we have combination of senior and young players, but if we are aiming to qualify for the AFC finals or to bring good results in the SEA Games, we need a solid team of talent players, experienced players. So yeah, this is our plan, and of course the most important thing for us is to link the national playing philosophy with the club's philosophy. So at the end of the day, we want to have identity for our national team, and this identity we cannot do it or create it without the help of the clubs during LWN. So now what we will focus on more on the coach education and to cooperate more on the clubs on technical level. So we want identity, the similar identity where the clubs play and the national team plays, to make sure we have a better results. So that's why now we're focusing more on the young talents, because those we can now create the identity that we need. On terms of organization, definitely we always can do better. In terms of the challenges that we faced last year, definitely we want to overcome it this year. We are not talking about ideal situation. Definitely we need lots of years, lots of money, lots of infrastructure. So I'm not expecting to have ideal situation, but what we always expect to have better organization, better performance, better competitiveness, more teams, more players, more states coming into the league. So this is a long-term process. We have a strategy for 4 years. So definitely our aim is every year to have better performance and better organization. So what we expect next year is better than what we had last year. And we are also now on the steps to introduce club licensing to raise the level of the clubs and to empower the female clubs, not only for the clubs to have female senior team. We need to make sure all the clubs, they have youth teams, they have a solid foundation to continue their women's football activity, and also to make sure there is a financial stability. We cannot now just depend on FAM what they provide or FIFA what they provide. We also want to empower the clubs to be able to generate financial sustainability to their women's teams. And because at the end of the day, now we are looking to have continuous slot in the AFC Champions League, and this is also need good clubs, powerful clubs to achieve good results on the AFC level as well. Of course, if we compare, let's say this season, compared to the 2020 or 2022. Definitely we have more because now we have more activities for the grassroots players, whether festivals, campaigns, schools, NFDP also together with MSN, Putri League. So definitely, and this is one of the main important strategic pillar is to have more numbers of females playing football, and this is what we call the grassroots. So yes, this is the easiest way to grow the game is to focus more on the grassroots. So this will be our main focus on the next 3 or 4 years as well. Our plan is big for 2025. Definitely, as I said before, we want to continue building on what we have done for the past 2 years. So there is no step back now. We want to professionalize the game, professionalize the mentality of the players, to impose the winning mentality of the players, not only in the national team, of course, in the clubs, because in the clubs is where the players spend most of their time during the season. So we want ready players to come to the national team and be able to compete at international level. So we want to influence the players and the clubs to be more professional, to make sure we have more professional mindset when they come to the national teams. This year we have lots of activities for the national teams, not only the senior, also for the youth national teams. So our target as well to have better performance. Again, we cannot promise for winning championships, but definitely we need to have better performance because this is, again, our long-term strategy to make sure we are performing good, we can compete within Asia. So our plan is really depends on the league as well, because everything is connected to each other. When we talk about the grassroots or about the youth, we need a good Putri League to have good players to represent the under-17 youth national team, let's say. So definitely this year we will have so many activities, but we need to make sure we also have balance. We don't want to focus on one area and forget the other area. So when we talk about grassroots, clubs and national teams, we have to give the balance and to develop the game as a whole. Yes, of course, players, fans and clubs are the main stakeholders to grow the game. FM alone cannot do anything without having the right support from the fans, without having the right strategy from the clubs, without having the right mentality of the players, we cannot grow the game. So I hope our players to continue focus on the game, focus on how to improve themselves outside the pitch and inside the pitch. And for the clubs, just to trust FAM that we are doing now the right things together to develop the game. Not to focus on the challenge. Let's stay positive and look at the positive benefits out of the league. Nothing is all about financially. I know we have financial challenges, but together we can overcome this challenge one time. And just look at this, that we are giving the opportunity for the players, for female coaches, for female referees, for female organizers. So we are developing the game as a whole. And this is the best platform, so we need to focus more on it and don't look at the negative sides. Let's improve together and let's grow together.
Now it's off season for the players.
Yeah.
What do you hope they are doing and what they cannot be doing for now?
I'm watching some players. They are jogging, they are running. So during the off season, usually the players, we recommend the players to stay active. Not necessarily playing football, but to stay active physically, whether they want to play tennis, whether they want to play basketball, or whether they want to work out in the gym. And I'm happy, honestly, I'm happy of what I'm seeing because I'm following most of our players, especially the national players, and I can see how active they are, how they are thinking for the long term. Before this, maybe we see them sitting, eating, but now I can tell, honestly, I can tell. Now they started to understand how to be professional outside the pitch during the off season. So I'm happy at this stage, I'm happy of what I'm seeing. And since we announced also the kick-off of LWN, I expect the clubs to start preparation from now, which means we will not have long off season because I think the players only had 2 months now of season, so it's their time now to enjoy. Also, we don't want to put more pressure on the players, so also they have to have a good break, mental break, to be ready to kick off the next season.
All right, thank you
okay.
so much.
Thank you so much.